pitcher here in the third inning with the score tied 1-1. And Jim, why don't you tell us about Ramon's numbers?
Well, Ramon is a starter for the Dodgers during the regular season. He's pitched 94 innings, given up 84 hits, has 71 strikeouts, only 27 walks. And Todd, it's almost getting to be a broken record. All these guys with about the same numbers, and they're all great.
And to see the averages around the Florida State League, these numbers are incredible because there are a lot of starting pitchers who average close to a walk an inning or a walk every other inning. These guys come in with averages around a walk every 5, 6, or 7 innings, and the reason they are the all-stars here tonight. Tavera's will first base, the number 9 hitter Scott Tedder here in the third inning. National League tying up the game in the top half of the inning with a run on a double play ground out by Eric Young. 1 hit, 1 run, and 2 hits for both sides as we begin playing the bottom of the third, and a pitch outside and low to Tedder, 1-0. Scott was a guy we mentioned last inning, a dual sport player with not quite as much notoriety. Had a tryout in the CBA. He said he was very interested in playing pro basketball, but when the NBA cut their draft from 6 to 3 rounds, and by the way, the draft, if you're watching us on Wednesday night, going on this evening, they cut the draft from 6 rounds to 3 rounds, and now it's down to 2. He decided his chances weren't that good, but his chances as a baseball player are excellent because he's a great hitter. He lines a single into right field. He's an over 300 hitter in 2 of his 3 professional seasons and shows a good left-hand swing on this pitch.
And if you turned around and let Scott Tedder bat right-handed, he would look like Ron Kittle, very much like Ron Kittle. Has an excellent swing, and of course he hits it in the hole. That's where you want to put it.
Batted .341 for the Sarasota White Sox Gulf Coast Team League in 1988, and then last year at Sarasota in the Florida State League hit .272. And coming into this game, Tedder was batting .312. He's a runner on first base for Jacob Brumfield, the center fielder. Brumfield takes a pitch high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Brumfield, as we mentioned his first at bat, has spent the last 2 years at the Double-A level with the Memphis organization as part of the Memphis team. The Chicks, the Double-A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. This year, they started him out at the Single-A level, and he thought it was primarily to get him motivated, maybe a little kick in the butt. His last 2 years, he had 28 and 47 steals respectively to lead the team. And he feels like it'll be very soon before he's at the Double-A level. And Scott Tedder as well, the runner on first, feels he'll be getting a call up shortly. And a lot of these all-stars you won't see in the Florida State League very long. Until the end of the year, it'll be a surprise.
And it'll be interesting to see how that's going to affect the races in all 3 divisions as we are in the early days of the second half now.
It's 3-0 right now to Brumfield. 3-0 pitch. It's a called strike. It's 3-1. Jacob also an interesting story in that he missed 2 professional seasons, 84 and 85, after he underwent shoulder surgery in 84. Wanted to go back to school, thought baseball wasn't in his plans, but then got redrafted. As he swings through the next pitch, it's 3-2. He was with the Cubs, asked for his release, and was granted it by the Chicago Cubs. Went back to school at Southeast Louisiana University, and then re-signed as a free agent in 1986 by the Kansas City Royals. Tedder running on the pitch. The full count pitch is outside for a ball to the American League with the first 2 runners on here in the third. They will have runners on first and second with nobody out for Jeff Kent.
And of course, you don't want to do this if you're Ramon Tavares, because now you're getting into the heart of that American League order with Ken O'Halloran and Cruz coming up the next 3 hitters.
Tavares in some trouble, runners on first and second, and he'll be facing Jeff Kent, who doubled his first time up. Kent coming into the ballgame batting .279 on the year, with 45 runs batted in on 12 homers. Tedder leads off second, Jacob Brumfield off first. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jeff Kent readjusts his helmet. Kent 6'2", 180-pounder out of Huntington Beach, California. Second professional season after a fine year at St. Catharines in the New York Penn League last year. He has a good rip and sends a foul backing out of play. Tavares quickly ahead 0-2. Tavares not only has Jeff Kent to worry about, but he's got Greg O'Halloran on deck and Ivan Cruz behind him. So 2 left-handers coming up. And right now, a great opportunity for the American League to break this 1-all tie.
The second baseman who can hit with power kind of remind you of Ryan Sandberg of the Cubs. Maybe this guy's another one of those.
Ball in the dirt, good block by the catcher Zinter, and the count stays 1-2 in the favor of the pitcher Ramon Tavares. Kind of a waste pitch there, but not one you want to see in the dirt.
That's a good job there by the catcher Zinner to stop it, or else it would have been runners at second and third.
Looks like Ken has shortened up a little bit off the bottom of the handle, just slightly here with 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch to him. Good change of speed on that pitch, and he swung through either a changeup or a curveball that stayed high inside.
Well, in this one, Jeff Kent wanted to make it 4-1 if he could. He really had a rip at it, just didn't get it. Bolted out of the bat.
And Ken will go back to the familiar dugout as he plays his home games here at Dunedin's Grand Field. There's one away, and Greg O'Halloran, the batter. O'Halloran, a big RBI guy, leading the American League All-Stars with 53 runs batted in, and he takes a pitch on the outside corner for a call strike. He has a 1 RBI lead on Nito Riesgo of St. Lucie in the Florida State League. Dennis Holmberg says he can hit righties or lefties when it comes to clutch RBI time. This is his man. Next pitch is on the outside corner. Another call strike 0-2, and O'Halloran did not like that call.
But of course, this is an all-star game, so he just had a smile. If this is a regular season, he might not be smiling.
Now O'Halloran will be swinging at anything close. Tavares can throw one away here.